which we had. Bear in mind, bear with the dust on here, as I've been doing a bit of renovation in this studio. The dust's gone onto the models, but in time I'll just clean it off as I'm going along and they'll be fine, but just bear with, guys. So these are the two pieces, and in instruction 1 of issue 56, what it tells us to do, yes, getting this part, which we've got here. Let me just move this part out of the way, we'll bring that in a sec. What this needs to do is just go over that part of the dashboard, like so. They're all straight, which I'm going to stand out and see again. As you can see, they are pretty okay either side. What you want to do is turn it over and fall in the bite. You shouldn't do. That's how it's got me. I don't want to be doing all this again. So that's how that's going to be looking. We're going to attach that now, and on here we'll be doing a CM screw and place it in the right places. So there should be holes in the cockpit where your roll cage is just going to line up with. These wires, because that is right directly where the steering shaft's going. Hey all, welcome back to the channel, Rich43. Hope you're doing good, guys. Hope you're all well. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, guys, and you want to keep on watching, remember to subscribe, like, also comment and share. Press that bell notification. You'll always be notified every time I put something up on the channel, including today's video, which is Dom's charger from Fanhome. And in today's video, guys, it's another bumper issue. So we're doing issue 59 and 60, and all this is going to be to do with the roll cage. But yeah, I'm not going to hang about, guys. We're going to get straight onto this build. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Dom's charger from Fanhome. Okay then, guys, so here we are, and again, I want to say, I know I put it on the screen, but I do apologise for the Titanic video in the past week. I don't know what's happening with my mics, whether one of the mics is not working right, but fingers crossed this mic sounds a bit better. I sound like I was in some sort of stadium or something. Again, do apologise to you guys. Hope you got through that. I don't blame if you turn the sound down, but again, I do apologise. Back to today anyway. We're doing issue 59 and 60 of the Fast and Furious Dodge Charger from Fanhome. So before we get going and looking at the parts, let's see what we've got in the mag. But yeah, guys, this thing does happen. These things do happen when you're doing videos. Sometimes, even if you do your checks, which I do every time, whilst filming, something goes wrong. You get little gremlins in the system or whatever. But anyway, back to this, guys. This is the second part of doing the roll cage. So these two pieces are going to have to be fitted to previous pieces we fitted, and it looks like we're messing about with some more parts on the actual model, which we'll look at shortly. Let's just quickly go through the rest of the mag before we crack on. There you go. So yeah, that's the magazine of issue 59, and then here we have the parts, and that's what we're going to be assembling in the first half of this video. So let's get these open. that's how that's looking. As you can imagine, these are all metal, guys. So we've got these two pieces, and we've got some CM screws and PM screws. So sit back, relax, guys. Let's get these parts of the roll cage now connected. I would have thought to the one we've already assembled in the last issue. So I'm going to bring that over and we'll get that done. Okay then, guys, now, so instruction 1 and 2, what I'm going to do, I've brought this part over from previous issue, is take 59A and we're going to rest that just on there. Basically that'll be going into that recess there. That's going to be being screwed in with a CM screw. I'm just double checking that. No, it's a PM screw. So what we do is we screw a PM screw from that side for this piece, and then we're going to put the other part of the roll cage in there like so, and that is where we're going to be screwing a CM screw from that side. So first of all, what you want to do is get that looking roughly like that. That's how it's going to be looking when it's all joined together. And as I say, we've got to now get a PM screw out, which is one of these here. You may want to use a bit of oil to give it a bit of lubrication as you go into metal. I've not got none to hand, so let's see how we go. Now you can do this whichever way you find easiest, guys. I'm going to try it this way, just holding that together like that. And we'll see how we go. You shouldn't hopefully have any problems, especially if you're using some oil. So that's going in okay, it's not too bad. So I'll get that put in and we'll move on to the next part of the roll cage. Now that's how that's looking. Little tip, guys, when you're doing this, you might find it a bit difficult when you're putting that screw in there and what position to hold it in. What I tend to do is lean that on your desk there at that angle and then slowly screw the screw in without rounding the screw, and you might find that a bit of a useful tip. But moving on, we've got now 59B. This part here needs to go into this recess here, and we're going to be screwing that in with a CM screw. So here we go. Let's get this CM screw on. It's all lined up. What I'm going to do is just turn it around, put that in position there. Yeah, I'm not saying this is the easiest bit to do, guys. It's a bit fiddly, but just go with it, you'll be fine. But yeah, you may benefit from using some oil to make it a bit more easy for you. Just go nice and light like that, but a bit of pressure, and there you go. That is how that's looking so far. A bit of a spaghetti junction, but yeah. So let's move on now to instruction 3. Okay then, guys, so I've brought the model over, just taking my seat again. Now what you need to do is this part here, which is the steering column, that's down as 20E. We need to now straighten these wheels where they need to be. And then when you've got them straightened and the wheels and the tyres are all straight, which I'm going to stand out my seat again, as you can see, they are pretty okay even side, either side. What you want to do is turn it over and then take this screw out here and then make sure your steering column is perfectly where it needs to be. And where it needs to be is basically, mine is pretty right, to be fair. You've got that little pin there, you need that like that as it's illustrated in the instructions. So that needs to be like that with your wheels perfectly in line like that. Do bear with the dust on here. It's when I did a bit of more decorating in the YouTube studio, guys. A bit of dust went on and I must not have covered that bit, but do apologise for that. But quick blow on there, good, isn't it? But yeah, you can see my wheels are perfectly in line, straight going forward, and the column, that's how it should be looking just like that. You've got like a little pin there, because what's going to happen, you're going to put the rest of the steering column, I would have thought, on that, and it wants it all perfectly straight. But if it's not, and you do need to turn that, just turn your model over, as I say, undo that screw there, turn it till it's perfect for you, and then put the screw back in, and that should be the finished result. As I say, I'm pretty lucky. I've said it 2 or 3 times, mine is already in line, and I am happy with that. So that is instruction 3, 4 and 5 all done. Instruction 6, again, as I've said, underneath you'll be putting your CM screw back in. I've not had to do that, I'm really lucky, everything's all in line. But a little teaser, look, this is what I'm on about, that pin hole has to go in that pin underneath there, which is why it needs to be all straight with your wheels. But look at that, there we have, guys. The wheel, steering wheel attached to Dom's charger. But yeah, that's how that's looking with the steering wheel and the column on. So that's the first half of this video done, guys. Let's crack on, keep on moving, and go to issue 60. So yeah, cracking on straight into the next issue, guys. This is what we did in the first half of the video, but we'll just move that to one side for a second. And here are the parts for issue 60. So let's get these out. Right, so we have more of the roll cage, which by the looks of it, guys, we're going to be assembling the rest of the roll cage and attaching that to the model. Again, all this is steel. We get those out. There we go. Selection screws here, guys. This is just rubbish. So yeah, we've got these 3 pieces here. We've got some DM screws, EP screws, CM screws, and also, can't make that letter out, LP screws and JM screws. So let's bring the roll cage over and get these all put together. So we've got these 2 pieces here. We've got 60A, which is this part, and 60C. What we're going to do is get this part of 60C, and that goes into this little circle crevice here, like that. So you've got like a little bit of a T shape going on there. And what we need to do, place that on there a second, is take a CM screw and attach those together. So place that together like that. You'll have your own way of doing this, guys, so just crack on and do it the best way for yourself. So yeah, screw those together, guys, and then we'll move on to instruction 2. Okay then, guys, so this is where we're at the minute. That was a bit difficult in stages, nothing strenuous, but the screws wasn't going, a bit fiddly. Little tip, guys, if you've got a screw, like for example CM screws here, and they're not fitting, this is me saying it's not Fanhome. Use your initiative sometimes. I mean, for example, this part here, it wasn't screwed in, so I just used a slightly bigger screw. Fingers crossed, that seems to have worked. You just got to do this with model building, guys. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So if you're having an issue with any screws, my little tip for myself, and hopefully if it helps you guys, just use a different screw. Sometimes it does work. If the thread's gone too big, etc., it'll just rectify itself. But now, moving on, we have now done instruction 1, 2 and 3 we're just about to do. We're going to be applying this last piece of the roll cage, which is 60B. And how we've got to do this is, right, let me just get this right. That's going to be going on like that. I'm just careful how I'm moving this, guys, because I don't fall and bite. You shouldn't do. That's how it's got me. I don't want to be doing all this again. So that's how that's going to be looking. We're going to attach that now. And on here, we'll be doing a CM screw. And then at the front here, we're going to be doing also a CM screw to attach this last piece of the roll bar. So I'm just going to turn this carefully around. And we'll get these attached. Now this should be simple. But trust me, the other pieces wasn't. So I'll try and document this for you guys. And once this is attached in a minute, we're going to be then applying it to the actual cockpit, which is pretty cool. So if I just get 2 CM screws out, and fingers crossed this might go a bit more easier than the other part of the roll cage. Now you can either do this part first or the other, either or. I'm going to go for this as I'm holding it down there. So you have to put some pressure on to put these screws in, but at the same time you don't want to damage any other part of the roll cage. So this can be a bit fiddly, but all good. And dare I say, that seems to be biting a bit better. It's just grabbing somewhere to put the pressure so you can put the screw in, if that makes sense. Yeah, that seems to be going in okay. In fact, that's perfect. So that's how that looks. And now let's get this other one in. Also, again, Fanhome's not attending to this. Sometimes a little bit of glue helps. That's all I'm saying. Oh, let's go back to your super glue, guys, if you're having issues. As long as you know you've not got to take it apart. But anyway, that's how that's looking. Pretty cool. This piece here is what's giving me grief. It seems very loose. But I'm hoping when I put it in the cockpit, it'll all rectify itself. So I'm going to get the cockpit over. I've got to my one side here. This is going to pop though when it's done, guys. It's going to look really cool. Really looking forward to this bit now. If it goes to plan, happy days. Right, so you want the cockpit like that, and then you've got to pick up your roll cage and place it in the right places. So there should be holes in the cockpit where your roll cage is just going to line up with. Oh, this is exciting. See, as I thought, that's going to rectify itself there now because it's been stiffened up, if that makes sense. The cage is being put in its right places and it's all just going into place, which I love. There we go, some, a few twists and turns, and there we have it. Look at that. Oh, look cool. Now it's taking shape. Obviously these bits sticking up here, don't worry about that, because as soon as you put your screws in from underneath, that will all attach, which is what I'm a bit not concerned about. But this is going to be a bit of a mission in itself now, because now we've got to turn it over and apply this roll cage, which is part of instruction 5, to the bottom of the cockpit. As I'm saying that, I'm just double checking I've got the wires where they need to be, which is here. We don't want to be getting these any traps anywhere. So there, as it says on instructions. Now we need to get some CM screws, which I've got one here to hand, so I'm going to get that one put in first. As you can see, I've got 3 screwdrivers here, guys, and I'll just check whichever one works. That's my motto. So if I just place that there like that, and we'll get that screwed in to this first part of the roll cage, which it's going to be fiddly, guys, as I said. We'll go with it. What I might try and do is the usual thing I do, just put a screw in each one, just so we've got them in position, and then come back round and tighten them all up. There we go. I think that one's going in okay. As you can see, guys, good luck everyone. This is very fiddly. So I'm going to pull those screws in and we'll see how we get on. Before I crack on that though, with that, guys, these 4 at the back are using DM screws. So get the right screws first, get your DM screws, and they should go in pretty cool. And these DM screws are the ones that look like they've got a little hat on or something, if you want to put it that way. So that's one started to thread in there. Let's have a go on this side. yeah, stay tuned to them, guys. I'll give you a nice glory shot of this and how it's looking. What I'm doing is putting these 4 DM screws in just a little bit other way, little thread, and I will tighten them up in a sec. So yeah, there's 3 to put in back. So you've got 3 parts of the roll cage, as you can see. But make sure you get those lined up. Sorry if you can't see a lot going on, guys, but I will show you at the end how it looks. I think that's biting that. Yeah, but I'll just quickly show you how that's looking. Those DM screws go in the rear there. Just going to tighten those up. At least we've got some structure then. When I turn it over, hopefully it's all not going to fall apart. It is. Right, that's that in. Happy with that. One more of these DM screws. Yeah, I won't lie, when this bit's done, we'll be happy, guys, to be fair. This ain't a very good part. Right, brilliant. So that's the rear part of the roll cage in, all done to the cockpit. Then we're going to turn it over and put 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 1 there as well in the middle. CM screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5 CM screws. So we'll get that done. I've turned it upside down now, guys, and what we're going to do is now apply the CM screws from underneath the cockpit. So you just got to line that roll cage up. And once you've got it rolled up, lined up, you should be able to get that screwed in. Same time you want to put pressure on it, you've got to be careful not to damage anything underneath. So yeah, that seems to have gone in nice. So that's that one done. Let's do this one. Yeah, I've got everything crossed here, guys. That everything's going to go to plan. Once this is done, I'll be happy. I'm sure there's going to be more tasks ahead, but that's all part of building. Yeah, those are going in nice and tight, to be fair. Right, so I've got it here. Where's that other one going to go? I think there should be one in the middle somewhere, but hey, let's go do the other side first. Just line that roll cage up. Not quite just there, I think that's got it now. Yep, got the bite there. Brilliant. And last but not least, well, second last should I say, because I've got that middle one to do. Put this one here. Such a satisfying feeling when you can feel it biting, it's pulling against the cockpit, and you know you've not got any problems. Let's get a better screwdriver to screw that in. There we go. Have I got that? Yeah, I thought I'd got it. Gone. Let's get that out. It's going to stand up, guys. It's not quite lined up that, so let me get another screwdriver. Get that lined up. I've got screws going everywhere here. There we go. I think, yeah, that's it, got it. It's like slotted in, that has just clicked in perfect. Just tighten that up. There we go, brilliant. And then we've got one more to put in, and then we'll turn it back over. Just a little tip as an advice as well, guys. These little hook things we put inside the cockpit, they're not glued, so just be careful you don't lose those as you tip it upside down. So just line this up and get that screwed in. I thought that was lined up, let me have a double check. Yeah, that should be lined up, so we should be able to just get that screwed in. Well, this issue is bigger than I thought, to be fair. I thought this was going to be a pretty quick one. Hence why I did a double bumper issue of this, but hey, we've got it done, haven't we, guys? 2 issues in one video, and we've come a long way. Yeah, it's nice and tight, that's brilliant. Just taking a seat down. Sorry I'm bouncing up and down, you guys. Whatever gets it done, eh? So look at this. Look at that, guys. The roll cage is now fitted to Dom's charger. Before I forget, just put this little hook. So it was left to me, I would glue these in, but I'm thinking maybe not, just in case they need to come out for whatever reason. Look at that. The roll cage is now fitted, guys. So I'm going to put that to one side. Pick all these CM screws up what I've not used, and I'm going to bring the car over, and guess what, we're going to attach this to the model. So I'm going, as you can hear, I'm just getting it now. So we'll just bring it over, there we go. Now this is going to pop, guys, this is going to look really cool. So if I just leave that there like that, you can see what I'm doing. And what it's telling us to do is basically now pop this on the car. So as I'm doing this, you've got to be careful you don't trap any wires. So what you've got to do is put this over, and there we have it. That is on. Now that is all the way to instruction 6, so we're putting that on, and it's telling us to check the steering shaft. So let's see if that'll go through there like that. Yeah, and then that will be screwed obviously to the rest of the column. But ain't that cool, guys? So let's move on swiftly to instruction 7. So I've taken it back off, and as you're looking at it, guys, what you need to do is make sure you feed these wires through that hole there, and they'll be popping up in this square here. Right, so I'm just looking at the diagram now. This green wire, that can go over and around the front like that. Whereas for these others, as I say, these have got to come through the dashboard as it's stated, and you've got to pull them through the top. So I'm just reaching for my tweezers. I'll get those pulled through. There we go, there's one. Best just to do obviously one at a time. Take your time. There's 2. I think that one needs to go to the side, that black one, doesn't it? I'm just double checking it, guys, live on camera so you know what I'm doing. I think there's another wire somewhere. So I've got 3 there. Yeah, there's one here. I'm trying to poke through. There's always one in there. I'm going to grab that. There we go. Right, so I've got those through. I'm not sure if this one needs to come through the top, to be fair. Yeah, I think it does. What you do, you don't want to be getting any wires snipped anyway, and then you can't get hold of them. Because this is going to be being attached now to the vehicle, and you're not going to be able to move them. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of standing up and sitting down today, guys, but I need to see what's going on with these wires, because that is right directly where the steering shaft's going. We don't want that getting trapped by any means. I think that might be okay. Yeah, that's looking good. You've got all the wires here, and that's all fitted. Okay then, guys, so I've turned it upside down again, and now what we're going to do is apply LP screws to attach the cockpit with the roll cage to the model, which is very exciting. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 LP screws. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just apply those now. Yeah, it's always a scary time as well when you're lifting the model the other way around upside down, because you don't want any of your detailing on the other side of it dropping off. Which hence here, look, a little bit of the anti-roll bar has fell off mine at the front, but I'll put that back on shortly once I've sorted this out. I've got a feeling there's going to be a lot more turning it upside down, etc. through the future. So it's just one of them. You can feel that nice and tight against the chassis of the vehicle. Yeah, brilliant. It's getting its structure now as well, guys. It's stiffening up as everything's being applied now, so it's all good. It's getting into that model now, that car, which is just amazing. I love it. And I think how we put the roll cage and the cockpit in at a later date, we'll put that steering column in, and you'll be able to fit the screwdriver through the top to screw that together, obviously to turn the steering wheel. Yep, but all those are nice and tight, all those LP screws, and that is it for this double issue, guys, and a brilliant issue it's been. Do hope you enjoyed it. Come back next time for the next one, hopefully another double bumper issue. I'm going to just turn it over and give you a nice close-up shot of what we've been up to in these videos, this week with these issues. Take care. And that is it for today's issue, guys, of the double issue of Dom's Charge from Fanhome. Pretty cool issue. What we've done is finished the roll cage, and now the roll cage is fitted to the model. Brilliant. I just can't wait to bring you guys the actual body of it, like the actual black gloss paint on the finish. It's beautiful. I have got it just sitting down here, guys. That's how far, well, I'm not too far behind, but yeah, I've got a lot of issues also for this build, guys, which are sitting right down just here by my feet to bring to you guys on the channel. So I cannot wait to bring that to you and wait to see the finish of the body of this model, guys. It's amazing. Black shiny gloss. What I'm going to have to do is try and get one of those cushiony mat things to put that on when you lift it upside down, etc., because I don't want to scratch that. But anyway, that's it for today, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe for more if you've not done already, and press that bell notification. You'll always be notified every time I put something up on the channel, your favourite build you're watching on my channel at the minute. That's it, guys. Take care. See you soon. Peace.